Good morning and welcome back. My name is Krysta French and this is my yoga channel. Today I'll be taking you through a 30-minute Vinyasa flow class to stretch out and get you moving to start your day. So when you're ready, come join me on your mat. So we'll begin our practice today in a child's pose. You can begin to sit your hips back onto your heels and stretch your arms out in front of you. Allow your forehead to come down toward the mat. And take a moment here just to stretch out across the back side of the body. You might roll your forehead back and forth if that feels good. But really sink your hips back down toward the heels. And then eventually come up onto your fingertips, so lifting the palms off of the ground. And then start to walk your hands over to the right side. So feeling a nice stretch across the left side of the body. So all the way from the fingertip to the heel. Keep stretching there. Nice big breaths in, big breaths out, and then come back around over to the left side. So this time feeling the stretch across the right side of the body. Keeping the elbows lifted off of your mat. Keep breathing. And then take it back to center, stretching out the spine one more time. And then eventually the palms come down, shift forward, start to move through your cat and cow poses. So starting in our tabletop, as you're ready, inhale, the belly falls, and then exhale, we're starting to round through the spine, push the ground away. So there's never a wrong way to move here, so move in a way that feels really good for your body. And then eventually we're tucking the toes, pressing all the way back for our first downward facing dog. And as you arrive in that down dog, you can start to pedal your heels, maybe even lift the feet, roll the ankles, roll the hip around. So just doing what feels good in your body. So there might be some tightness in the hamstrings, maybe in the back side of the body. So just start to notice that without judgment. And then eventually look forward, take a walk up to the front of your mat, let your knees soften and find ragdoll here. So take opposite elbows and just start to sway your body side to side. So let your head and neck be heavy. Eventually release the hands and start to roll your spine up all the way. So one vertebra at a time, eventually standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Palms are forward, lifting through the chest. Spine is nice and long. Inhale, reach up, press the palms. Exhale, swan dive over, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen to find a flat back. And lower the hands, step the right foot back, lower the knee. Untuck the toes, sweep your arms up. If that's too deep, you can always keep the hands down. Lower the hands, back toes tuck under, walk it in a little bit. And then find a twist. So right hand finds the ground as you lift the left arm. To go deeper in that twist, if you'd like, begin to tuck the back toes under and lift the knee. Sweep both arms up to find a high lunge. So spreading open through the collarbones. Can bend that knee and then start to shift the right hip forward and then straighten that leg again. Begin to split your arms so you're finding goalpost arms, opening through the chest. Sweep your arms back up and then lower them down to frame the foot. Take your vinyasa here. So option to lower the knees and lower to the belly. Maybe find a baby cobra. So only lifting the heart just enough to feel that opening. And then exhale, we're pressing back to find child's pose, Balasana. Toes tuck under, press all the way back, downward facing dog. So steady breath in, steady breath out. Can relax across the face and then inhale, the right leg lifts. Step it up in between the hands, stretching through the hips. Begin to step the left foot forward, flat back. Exhale, we're folding over. Inhale, arms reach high, palms press. Hands come down through the heart and all the way to the sides. Inhale, reach up again and start to lengthen. Exhale, we're folding over. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen to find your flat back. And hands down, right foot steps back again. Lower the knee, untuck the toes, sweep your arms high. So maybe a deeper low lunge this time. Lower the hands. You can start to walk that right knee in just a little bit. And then find your twisted lunge. If you want to go right away and tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee, that can be a nice option. Eventually untwist, come all the way up for your full crescent lunge, so that high lunge. Split your arms, find goalpost arms opening through the shoulders, sweep your arms high again, and then spin the back heel down to open to warrior two. So that front knee is starting to peel open toward the pinky toe. Begin to revolve your warrior, so nice big stretch through the side body. Start to cartwheel the hands down, step back, and Vinyasa is yours. So take it or leave it. Either way, meeting back in down dog this time. You can take a nice full cleansing breath here. Maybe sigh it out as you exhale. And then gaze comes forward. You can step it up to find your flat back. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms reach high, palms press up overhead. And hands come down through the heart and down to the sides. Inhale, reach up and lengthen. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, lengthen to find a flat back. And hands down, the left foot steps back this time. Lower the knee, untuck the toes, sweep your arms high or keep them down if it's too deep. Nice big stretch here. And then lower the hands just to shorten the stance slightly. Take your twist. So left hand lowers, right arm lifts, and you might decide to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. So either way, just rolling open through the chest, finding that gentle rotation. Untwist, come up for your full crescent. Bend that back knee just to pull that left hip forward, then straighten it out again. Split your arms, find goalpost arms. Sweep your arms back up again. And then lower the hands down. Step back to plank. Drop the knees. Lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe a bigger cobra if it feels good. And toes tuck under, downward facing dog. Full steady breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it up in between the hands. Rolling the heart open, step the right foot forward, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms reach high, palms press up overhead. Hands lower down through the heart and down to the sides. Inhale, reach up again, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, find your flat back. And hands down, left foot steps back, lower the knee. Untuck the toes, sweep your arms high, so maybe a deeper low lunge this time. And then hands find the ground, shorten the stance just slightly, and then lower the left hand, reach the right arm high right away, back toes tuck under, we're lifting the back knee, twisting that lunge. Find your balance as you untwist, finding that full crescent lunge. So bending deeply into that right knee, split your arms, goalpost arms, open the shoulders. Sweep your arms back up, high lunge. Back heel spins down, open to find warrior two. So gaze falls over the right fingers this time. Start to revolve your warrior, reaching back through the fingers. Open the entire right side body. Cartwheel the hands down. Take your vinyasa. So no rush. Meeting back in down dog. Make sure that you find a really big cleansing breath when you arrive. Maybe sigh it out. You can relax across the forehead and then look forward. Step, or if you're ready, you can float up into malasana. So the feet are coming wide, hands come together in front of the heart. Plug your elbows into the inner thighs, lift your chest, roll the heart open. Get a little bit deeper in the hips as you put weight in the heels. And then lower the hands. You can walk your feet in a little bit as you lift your hips to find our yoga toe grip here. So index finger and middle finger loop around the big toes. So finding a flat back at first, And then exhale, we're folding. So Padangustasana. Elbows pull wide, crown of the head is reaching down. So in this pose, we want to make sure that we're shifting weight forward. From here, release, find your flat back, and then begin to sink back right into your chair pose. So Utkatasana. Lift all the way up, straighten the body, hands lower down, and then sweep it up again, palms press. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, flat back, and hands down, step back to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Steady breath, calm mind. Lengthening through the back side of the body. Eventually lower the knees. Find child's pose, Balasana. So taking a rest here, just briefly before coming back up into our table. And from our table, we're going to find our bird dog. So reach your right arm forward, left foot back, stretching through the entire body, and then come all the way together, elbow to knee. So inhale, reach long, and then exhale, pull it together. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale together, elbow and knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale together. Inhale, reach long. This time you can bend that back knee and then reach behind you, catch your foot, press the foot into the hand. See if you can rotate the ribs just slightly toward the right side. Keep kicking up and back. Reach forward again, release what you have. Hand and knee come down and start to wiggle the hips out a little bit. So if it feels good to take a cat-cow, that can be nice on your spine. And then switching sides. So left arm reaches forward, right foot kicks back. Pull it together under the body. Inhale, reach long. Activate your core. Exhale together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale together. Inhale, reach. Exhale together. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, pull it. Nice and long as you inhale. This time, bend your back knee. Catch your foot. Reach it around. So pressing the foot into the hand. Find that little opening through the quad and the back side of the body. Release what you have. Stretch back out again. And then hand and knee come down. Take a few more rounds. Cat and cow. Eventually sink back to child's pose. So if it feels good, you can roll the forehead back and forth, giving it a nice light massage. Eventually, we're pressing all the way back into our down dog. Inhale this time, right leg reaches all the way behind you. Open your hip. Roll around the knee, the hip, and the ankle. Get a nice stretch there. And then shift it forward, step it onto the outside of the right hand. So lower the back knee down, finding a modified lizard pose. So hands are on the inside of the foot. So you can stay up onto the hands or maybe come down onto your forearms if that feels really good. And then to take it just a little bit deeper, we're going to peel the right toe or the big toe open, press the thigh away. So we're rotating toward the right side. And then begin to bend the left knee, catch the foot behind you. So pressing the foot closer towards you. Nice big stretch in the quad and the hip flexor. Come back and then slide your hips back just to lengthen that right leg, half splits. So Ardha Hanumanasana. You're either flexing your foot to feel this more in the hamstrings or pointing the toes down. And you'll feel it more in the front part of your shin. And then we'll come back into our lizard pose. This time an active lizard, back toes tuck under, lifting the knee, step it back to plank, and then take your vinyasa, moving through chaturanga and upward facing dog. And we're meeting, of course, in downward facing dog. Inhale this time, left leg lifts high, roll around, knee, hip, and ankle. Nice little stretch. Come back to a straight leg as you step it up on the outside of the left hand. So lower the right knee down for a modified lizard pose. And then you can always drop down onto the forearms if you want to go deeper. Either way, we're reaching the heart and the hips open. You can start to peel the big toe side of that left foot open. Press the thigh away. Rotate your body toward the left side. And then to go deeper, you're going to bend that right knee. Catch the foot behind you. Slowly work that foot a little bit closer. Getting a nice big stretch through the quad and through the hip flexor. Steady breath, calm mind. Releasing what you have, slide the hips back. Just lengthening that left leg. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold over that leg. So half splits. You can flex or point the toes. And eventually we're taking the hands on the inside of the foot again, coming back into our lizard pose. So a more active version this time. Back twist, tuck under, and then step it back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And always checking back in. How's the breath? So this time gaze comes forward. Step or float up to the front, flat back. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, arms reach high, press the palms, and hands lower through the heart. And take a nice deep breath here. We're going to work right into our tree pose, Vrikshasana. So start to put the weight into that left foot. Peel the right foot up any amount. So it can be high or it can be low. Try to avoid putting pressure on the left knee. If it feels good, start to stretch your arms high. So stay grounded in that foot. Stay relaxed through the toes. Eventually the hands come back through the heart center. Hug that right knee up and forward, and then flex your foot as you press the foot all the way back for Warrior 3. So trying to make a straight line with the body. So it's working to be parallel with the floor. Eventually come all the way back up. Hug the right knee up and into your chest, and then start to extend that leg straight out in front of you. Point your toes, lift your arms up toward the sky. So soften the shoulders and eventually step the foot down, shake it on out. Let it go. So other side, Vrikshasana. Weight comes into the right foot. Peeling that left foot up any amount for tree pose, making sure that you're really locking into your gaze point. So a steady gaze will help our body to become steady. So check in with the breath and take the hands down through the heart. Hug the left knee up into your chest. Flex the foot. Begin to press the foot all the way back, Warrior 3. So working to balance there. Keep breathing, nice and steady, pulling that left hip down just slightly, and then eventually hug the left knee up into your chest. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. Try to get at 90 degrees. Point your toes, lift your arms. Steady breath, you can do it. So it really works that hip flexor, and then step the foot down and shake it out. Nice work. That is not easy. So coming back into Tadasana, inhale, the arms lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back to lengthen. Hands down, step or float back to Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Steady breath here. Just noticing how the body feels. Eventually, gaze comes forward. We're stepping, floating, or just sending the legs through, working onto our sits bones with the legs long. So the right foot's going to hook across the thigh, and then bend the left knee if you want a deeper twist. So finding a little twist here by hooking the left elbow over the right thigh, twisting over to the right side. And that right hand is propping you up, making sure just to keep you stable. So lengthen as you inhale, and then exhale, find deeper twisting. Eventually we're untwisting. Walk your hands off to the left side. Take a little counter twist. Just bow over. Come all the way back up. Uncross your legs. Shake them out. This time, left foot comes across the right thigh. Right knee starts to bend. Left hand is behind you. Right arm lifts. Twist over to the left side. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, find a deeper twist. So steady breath. Full inhales, full exhales. Eventually, we're untwisting, walking the hands over to the right side. Take a counter twist. Come back up. Uncross your legs, shake them out. And then we'll lower all the way down onto our back. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. You can make little circles with the knees, just kind of loosening up across the low back. Eventually, the right knee pulls into the chest as you extend the left leg long. You can flex that left foot. Roll the right ankle around just a little bit. And then start to reach that right leg all the way up, straightening the leg. You can hold onto the back of the hamstring, or if you have the flexibility, take your yoga toe grip and use it around the big toe, drawing that foot a little bit closer towards your face. Eventually, we're opening that leg out to the right side. So gaze can drop to the left. You can either take the left hand, press it on top of the left hip, or extend it off to the left side. So really finding that opening through the hip and the groin. Come back to center. This time bend your knee, hug it in again. And then we're finding a supine twist. So just taking that knee over to the left side. It's a little spinal twist. Right hand reaches to the right. How's your breath? Come back to center, hug the knee back in, and then switch knees. So right leg lengthens, can pull the left knee in, roll the ankle around, and then eventually extending that leg, maybe using your hand around the hamstrings, maybe finding your yoga toe grip. So this is our Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana on our back. So Supta. And then eventually opening that leg out toward the left side. Gaze to the right. And remember that leg is coming over to the left side any amount. So whether it comes with just a few inches or all the way to the ground, just depends on your body and what's going on in it today. So come back to center, hug the knee back in, and then cross the knee over to the right side. So gentle little spinal twist here. Coming back to the breath. And then pull it back to center. Both knees hug in. Can roll around a little bit. And then taking the hands around the outside of the feet, working right into our happy baby pose. So you can open the hips, rock side to side, or just stay stationary. Eventually the feet can lower down and start to windshield wiper the knees left and right, just to get rid of any kind of tension before extending the legs and settling into Shavasana. So take a moment just to scan your body head to toe. And our quote today comes from Martha Graham, and she says, "There is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And there is only one of you in all time. This expression is unique, and if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost. The world will not have it." So eventually start to move around the fingers and the toes, waking your body up. You can roll the wrists and the ankles, and then eventually stretching, rolling to the right side, just cradling the knees into the chest for a moment, and eventually pressing yourself all the way up, finding a comfortable and easy seat. Taking a moment just to reconnect with the body, noticing any shifts or changes since you first stepped onto your mat. And take the hands together in front of the heart. Start to thank yourself for choosing to practice, for choosing to take the time to honor yourself. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this yoga video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you'll never miss a free yoga class. For more resources, you can check out krystafrench.com. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on the mat soon.